Yo, what's up? Bringing you that MLB The Show 21. So we've already uploaded a few episodes of our No Money Spent series, and that pretty much shows our progression that we've done so far. So you guys can think of that as more of some guidelines. You know, if you do this, this is where you'll end up. This video is more so of tips you can follow throughout the whole year for making stubs, how to manage your stubs, and then pretty much just chasing free diamonds. So we're going to go over everything, and hopefully this helps you. If it does, you know, make sure to subscribe, drop a like in the video, follow our No Money Spent series. But we're going to get into everything and just give out, you know, the tips we pretty much have been doing. You know, every year we've been playing Diamond Dynasty, and we've been playing it, you know, since the start. So my first tip, I think it's a basic one, you know, being No Money Spent. The one thing you don't want to do is go to the pack store. Oh, that's our packs, never mind. But the one thing you don't want to do is go to the pack store and buy packs right here. You know, there's so many opportunities in this game where you can get free packs. So every pack that I end up getting are packs that we just get from playing the game, grinding out the game, and earning free packs. I don't buy a single pack from the market unless I'm 100% sure that I will get my stubs back and make a profit. But none of these right here are like bang, instant profit, unless you want this card right here, because this is a free diamond. You know, this is the only pack we're gonna get. Last year I went the whole year without buying packs, so I'm gonna just show you guys right now. These we're gonna open up, you know, in our No Money Spent video later tonight. But these are all packs we've gotten for free so far. So that's the number one thing. Don't buy packs. The number two thing for me is to have a reserve set of stubs that you don't want to go under. So what I mean by that is right now we're at 149K. You know, my reserve is 100K. So I will never, well, I might, but the goal is to never go under 100K. The reason I do this is because one, I just always want to have stubs. I don't want to ever have zero stubs in my account. And two, you know, maybe something really nice comes out, like a really nice card, and I want to try him, I want to debut him. You know, I want to have the stubs where I'm able to do that. So you don't have to set yours at 100K, but I think it's smart to always have, you know, that reserve amount where, you know, you don't ever want to drop below. Now, getting into ways to, you know, get free packs, get stubs. So I will say right off the bat, you know, the way that I operate No Money Spent is by simply playing the game. You know, there's a lot of other content creators out there that specifically, you know, talk about working the market. That's not what I do. You know, I kind of feel like working the market is boring. Like if I'm going to play the game, I'd rather spend 10 hours playing the game than spending 10 hours, you know, working the market, even though you'll definitely make more stubs in the market. But going over all these modes, you know, the one thing you should focus on for like very quick stubs is the program. So the first program is kind of an exception because it's the first one and it's harder to get things done. But these programs are probably the fastest way to make like quick stubs. So one thing you want to focus on, you know, later in the year, especially when like the second inning program comes out, is trying to get this done within, I would say, the first 3 days. Normally these drop on a Friday. If you can get them done on a Sunday or by a Sunday, you will make some good stubs. So in these programs, you have normally a decent amount of missions, which gives you a lot of XP. And it might be a little bit different because the format is different than previous years. So it might be harder to do this in 3 days like it was last year. Like last year, we were able to bang these out in a day or so. But these moments, you know, you're always gonna want to do these in the conquest boards and then the collection. So these collections are pretty big. It's a little bit more difficult with the first one. For like the ongoing programs, you're definitely going to want to have all these bosses right here. So just for example, by completing the first inning program, if you're able to do it within the first 3 days, you pretty much rinse and repeat this. You get your reward and you sell him. You sell him as soon as you can. So if I got this Valenzuela card right now, I could sell him for 162K. That's quick stubs right there. Normally these cards, you know, if you do it, like I'm saying, within the first 3 days or so, you'll make 150 to 300K. And then what you do is at the end of the season, so this goes on for another 19 days. Probably on day like 15 or 16, you come back and you buy all 3 of these bosses, and normally or hopefully, you know, by that time they're all going for around like 30, 40, 50k. Normally you can buy all 3 for around the price, maybe at least 2 of them for around the price you sold 1 of them. And the reason you want to have all 3 for the next program is because of this collection. So for the second inning program, you're going to need to have, you know, those 3 bosses, Valenzuela, Lofton, and Piazza, and then instantly you'll have 50k XP towards the next program. So that's a rinse and repeat cycle, and to me that's one of the fastest ways you can make stubs in like the quickest amount of time, you know, in like a 3-day period. You know, you're easily getting 150k, and if you do that throughout the whole year, you're looking at an easy, you know, probably like 7, 8, maybe even a million stub profit, 700, 800k profit just by working the programs. So next thing we have that I think is really good is Team Affinity. A lot of focus should be put on Team Affinities because this is where you're pretty much getting free diamonds. So right now there's multiple ways for you to get progress. You got some missions. Now with these, you do have to get some Team Affinity progress already. So like I already got this postseason Soriano card. If I complete him, I'll get 4 more points. But a lot of these missions you get right here, you start getting at least some progress when you get to 20, and then you get that gold player, you can start doing extra missions. But in my opinion, you know, we did the East Infinity Conquest. I'll kind of talk about that later. But the Conquest boards, you know, they're going to give you some free packs, some maybe extra diamonds, I don't know. But they do give you points. I don't necessarily think that's the fastest way. Normally the fastest way is going to be doing Showdown. And Showdown itself gives you 1,000 stubs each time you complete it, and some extra stuff too. And you'll get 15 Team Affinity points each time you complete a Showdown. So pretty much if you do 1 division and 1 showdown, like 1 whole thing of showdowns, 150 of these divided by 15, you got to do 10 showdowns to get this, and that's going to give you 5 diamonds because you get one of these at 150, 130, and then they're kind of all random numbers, 110, 90, and then I think the first one is at 60. So 5 diamonds right here. One of the main focuses, you know, these are free diamonds, and then along the way you're also getting some gold players, like we said, some Team Affinity packs, which are kind of like standard packs. This is what we do. We chase the free packs, and these are free packs that you can get. You get some Ballin' as a Habit packs, and then I think there was a headliner too at some point, but you do get another Ballin' as a Habit. Is there not a headliner? I don't know where I got that one headliner from. It must have been from the program, but the program also, you know, gives you a lot of packs along the way. And actually going back to that program, you know, you run through this program right here. Yeah, this is where I got that headliner. But you run through this program, you're getting Ballin' as a Habit packs, you know, some more show packs. And then at the very end, you know, if you can max it out, which I think is going to be pretty difficult, but you will get a free live series diamond. And that 100% helps with doing collections. And speaking of collections, I made a video yesterday going over how many stubs you need in order to complete them. You know, if you guys want to go check that out, you can, but I'll just throw the number out there. You need 2.5 million stubs. So 2.5 million stubs to do collections. We're at 149. So our goal, you know, we know what our goal is. We're trying to get to 2.5 million stubs to do collections. So we went over first inning program. We went over the Team Affinity. You also have little stuff like player programs. These aren't really going to make you a lot of stubs, but there is going to be at some point free diamonds in these programs. The first one is a gold player, but as the year progresses, these are going to be free diamond players that you can get pretty much just by doing, I think, missions and then some moments and collections, you know. So these are going to be really nice later in the year. You have evolution cards right here for a Jason Giambi, and that's part of the daily moments. So going back to daily moments, you know, you want to do these every single day because you're obviously getting free diamonds along by doing this. And these moments take less than like 5 minutes a day. You know, it shouldn't even take 5 minutes. You honestly should be able to get them done right away. And you'll get like a Giambi card, for instance, here, which can turn into a diamond, and then Alomar. So it looks like every 10 days, you know, you'll be able to do these, and you'll get some free rewards, you know, throughout the month. So next is the single player stuff, which we've kind of already went over Showdown, but moments, these stubs rack up. These stubs 100% rack up. you get 750 for completing a set right here, plus another 500, another 1,000, another 500. So you can take your time with these. Like, I already did all of these moments, but you know, try to do maybe a set a day and just work your way doing these throughout the year. But by doing these stubs will slowly add up. You know, so far all I've done is conquests and moments, and we've made over 150K in stubs. You know, and we haven't even worked the market yet, which is something I don't even do. You know, I don't like doing it. Next thing is conquest. So if you guys saw our first video, or I guess it was our third episode of No Money Spent, we completed this full conquest board, and this kind of goes back to the approach of the first inning program. If you're one of the first people to do something, then you're gonna make a lot of profit. So for instance, with this conquest board right here, there is 6 prospect packs every time you complete a division. So let me just show you guys right here. Every time you complete a division, you get a conquest pack, and they're prospects. These guys were all gold cards, and they're selling for around, I think, 5 to 10K. I don't know what they're going for right now. Let's actually check the market so we can see. But these guys were going for around 10K. And I thought to myself, I might as well sell them. I already got them. They're going to go down in price. Like right now, they're 4 to 6K. And we sold them all for 10K. So that in itself is some profit right there. These prices are going to continue to go down as people, you know, start finishing up conquests. So one of the main approaches for No Money Spent is trying to be one of the first people to get things done. I know it's more time consuming and it's part of the grind, but trust me, if you're one of the first people to unlock a card and then sell them, you're going to make more stubs. And then, you know, in a week or two, whatever the timetable is, you can come back, buy that card, and you'll profit instantly because you sold them for the maximum price. So going back to, you know, that approach, there's other ways that, you know, that benefits you. So we'll go into, we pretty much talked about conquest. Actually, let's go back to conquest, because conquest, you know, this board itself, you got some free packs, you know, a lot of free packs. And doing conquest, you're getting, like right here, show pack, stubs, and XP. Those stubs and XP add up, and especially the XP, because all this XP is going towards your programs, which, you know, is going to give you some more rewards along the way. So conquest is not bad. I'm not going to say they're all worth it, but you definitely want to do, you know, as many as you can, because there is hidden packs along the way. And like I said, one of the things we try to do is chase free packs. So like stealing 5 million fans right here, you get a show pack. There is some hidden Ballin' is a Habit packs along the way too. And these are at least guaranteed gold cards, which gold cards especially help early on in the year, but it's the best chance at getting a diamond. And just doing like this conquest right here, that's 3,500 plus XP. I think altogether it's like 5K XP. So there's a lot of XP that you get just by doing these. And I will say right now, I haven't done this, but you definitely want to do this 42 challenge one, because this is good for your creative player, your ball player, because you're getting a lot of free diamond equipment, which is definitely nice. That's going to give you a nice boost. So just keep that in mind. But throughout the year, conquest maps are going to drop, and you're going to want to do them for the packs, the XP, and the stubs. There's definitely going to be a good amount of packs and hidden rewards. Later in the year, there's going to be like free diamond packs in here, and you'll make, you know, some nice stubs later in the year. So that's going to be really nice. And then that's pretty much the offline content. That's pretty much the offline content. Now, going back to some of the online modes, this is also the same approach, you know, trying to be one of the first people to get them, but you will make a lot of stubs. So ranked seasons, they made it even easier this year. So this year you can kind of double dip on rewards, which should be really nice for people that have never been able to get 900 rating and get a World Series pack. So for example, like these World Series players, we got Prince Fielder. You know, someone wants to buy him for 200K. If you were able to get Prince Fielder, you know, as soon as possible and sell him for 200K, that is major profit. Major profit. You know, it's early on in the year, so that's why these prices are so expensive. But the sooner you get one of these cards, and I don't expect like everyone or anyone to be like World Series right now. I think there's a couple people, but I don't expect like the average player to hit World Series. But this is more so like for future reference, you know, hitting World Series, selling that reward as soon as you get them, unless you really like that card, you will make some profits. And we're just looking to make the profits. Like 200K right there would be super nice. The other way this year is to get 40 wins. So 40 wins might be a little bit easier for most, but if you can get 40 wins, you know, you get a player right here. And if you can get 40 wins and make it to World Series, you're double dipping on rewards. So you're going to end up getting 2 of these rewards. And like if it goes right now, you know, that's a 150K player and a 200K player. So we're looking at, you know, 350K with tax, maybe like 300K, but 300K in stubs, you know, that goes right into collections. That's something you want to look forward to for future ranked seasons. And the same thing applies to Battle Royale. You know, Battle Royale, it's never easy to go 12-0, but Battle Royale, if you're a consistent player, you can make a lot of stubs because the buy-in amount is 1,500 stubs. So every time you do a Battle Royale, you're spending 1,500 stubs. If you can consistently win, you know, if you can get 9 wins or 12 wins, you already profited. If you can get 6 wins, you probably got your money back. You know, you probably got your stubs back. But 9 and 12 wins is kind of like the golden spot where you just instantly profit because you're getting diamond players, and diamond players obviously help for your collection. And then, you know, if you get 12-0, that's even better. But the best thing about Battle Royale this year is they took the same approach with ranked seasons, and they made a Battle Royale kind of season program. So I would actually spend as much time as you can on this because there's a lot of stubs that you can make. Even if you can't go 12-0, just playing Battle Royale is nice because every time you win a BR game, you get 1 point, and you kind of need 50 of these. Obviously, if you can do these other missions along the way, you're going to get some extra BR points, which is going to make it easier to get these rewards. But this season ends in 12 days. In 12 days, we're going to get a whole nother set of rewards, I'm assuming. But just looking at this, you have a choice pack, you know, getting players like Chapman, Zunino, Forsythe, and Morrison. And actually, oh, you do got to play these in Battle Royale. I was going to say, maybe you don't have to play them in Battle Royale. That would have been kind of nice, you know, if you didn't have to use these players in Battle Royale. But you're getting rewards along the way. And then if you can get 45 wins, you know, each season, that's 12 days. So I don't know how long each season is going to be. You know, I feel like this first season was kind of quick. But just for another rinse and repeat cycle, if you can get 45 wins, you get a Solaire card. Every season, there's probably a new reward. This Solaire goes for 60K or 86K. You know, you're definitely going to sell him at the buy now price. So 86K, that's a nice profit. You don't even have to keep the card. You know, you sell that card, 86K, and then you get a flawless pack. And this flawless reward goes for 89K. So these guys are probably going to be cheaper this year because now there's more ways to get these rewards. But 140K right there. And then you got Vladdy going for 105K. So a lot of these cards, you know, they're going to be up there in price. And it's just, there's so many ways to make stubs if you play the game. Now, obviously, for like the average person, you're not going to be able to do every single one of these. You're not going to be doing Conquest, Ranked Seasons, Battle Royale, Events, and getting every single one of those rewards. But if you time it right, you know, you pick your poison in a sense, and just focus on one, you will get rewards. Same thing with events. You know, events, they're giving out free rewards. A diamond player right here goes for around 20K. Not really that expensive, but you get Miguel Cabrera at 40 wins, and he's going for around 128K. You don't, like I said, you don't have to keep these players. You know, you get them as soon as possible. You sell them, you make profits. Then if you want to get the player back, you know, when the event ends, you go ahead and do that. So by the 27th, you know, if you get these 40 wins for a player like Miggy, you know, you're probably looking at maybe by the 27th, he's not 140K, but maybe a good 50K. And actually going back to this along the way, you know, each 3 wins, it looks like you're getting awarded with packs and rewards. So, you know, these are just extra stubs, and I'm pretty sure you can sell these. If you can sell these jerseys, a lot of these jerseys go for like 1 to 5K, I think, maybe even more. So even more ways to accumulate your stubs. And these are just simply playing what the game has to offer. You know, you're going after diamond cards that if you can get them as soon as you can flip them, make your profits, and, you know, make bank. So we talked about events, battle royale, and ranked seasons. Just for an example, there's technically 6 diamonds you can get from these right now. You know, actually kind of more, but ranked seasons, you get 40 wins, you hit World Series, that's 2 diamonds. Battle royale, you get 45 wins and 50 wins, you get 2 diamonds. And then events, you get whatever it was, 25 wins or 20 wins and 40 wins, you get 2 diamonds. You take those 6 diamonds and sell them, you're looking at an easy 300K. An easy 300K. At the worst, if they sell at 50K, you're making 300K. It's going to take some time, don't get me wrong, but you are getting rewards along the way, which makes it worth it. And then maybe that 300K is more like 400, 500, 600K. And like I said, the sooner you get it done, the more profits you're going to end up getting. So I might end up getting 600K for all 6 of those diamonds. You might end up getting 300K. And then other ways along the way to make stubs is just by doing collections. You know, you're naturally going to get these rewards, but, you know, just locking collections, you get 200, 200 to 400, 500 stubs back. A lot of these, you know, you're getting stubs back. And then some of these smaller ones, if you want to do it, like this MLB collection, for an example, you know, I lock all 30 of these in, I'm going to get around like 2K stubs. So, and you get all of these for free pretty much just by doing the Team Affinity progress. So you might as well lock these in. Like I can lock it in right now. We made, I think like 200, 230. I don't know. I didn't read these. It was 1,800 and other stuff. More than 2K stubs right there for just locking in collections that we couldn't already sell. So you definitely want to take a look at some of these collections. Now I will say, like, doing these ones right here, the animations, the back rips, a lot of these aren't worth it because the actual equipment is more than, you know, what it would take to collect 5. You know, why should I collect 5 for 1,000 when I could probably sell one of these for 1,000? You know, it doesn't make sense for most of these, mainly the equipment ones, but naturally, like uniforms don't make sense either unless you really want the uniform, right? The stadium one's the only one that really did. And then obviously like these collections later in the year, which is kind of what we're approaching, is you will want to collect like all these cards. At some point, you're going to want to collect as many cards of these as you want, because midway through the year, they do drop another collection reward, kind of like this one right here, the Live Series collection. They do have a Legends and Flashback collection. So not only right now are we focusing on Chipper Jones and trying to unlock him, but we also are preparing for the mid-season, I guess, collection. And that's going to be another 99 overall player where you have to collect, you know, multiple of these sets. So we're fully preparing for everything pretty much. And then I guess the last thing is the marketplace, you know, just working the market. Now, everything that I mentioned is pretty much playing the game and grinding the game out. If you don't want to do that and you just want to work the market and flip the market, you can do that also. And you probably can make more stubs in a smaller amount of time. But like I said, I'd rather play the game for 10 hours than sit around flipping the market for 10 hours. But just looking at the market and kind of a couple tips with this, you just want to look for the gaps. That's the biggest thing. You want to look for good gaps. So diamond players right now are pretty expensive. Maybe we look at some gold players that we can maybe see some gaps and see, you know, which has a nice price differential. And just speaking about collections, we'll just use Joey Gallo as an example. So one thing you want to do, whatever you're doing in the market, you always want to buy at the sell now price. So if I were to buy Joey Gallo right now, I would create a buy order, and right now his minimum price is 4,950. I would put it at 4,951. I'm not gonna, you know, actually finalize that because I don't want to buy him right now. But you want to buy him at 4,951 because you're just trying to one up the next person. You don't gotta go to like 6,000, or you don't have to go to 5,500. You know, you just want to one up. One stub over the next person is all you really got to do. So say I buy Gallo at this price. If I wanted to sell him, if I wanted to make some stubs, now this isn't really a good flip, but we buy him for 4,951. If we were to go and sell him, you know, we go to the next slot. Let me just do that so you guys can see. Create a sell order. We would sell him for 5,555, and he would go for 4,999. That's actually a terrible flip. You know, this is not. Did someone one up it? Oh, pretty much the person who has the price messed up, because as you guys can see, like I said, the one thing you don't want to do if you're looking under the sell now price, we have 4,861. The next person went straight up to 4,950. You don't want to do that. You're supposed to go at 4,862. So that's why this looks so bad. But if we were to sell it for 5,555, you know, we would get 4,999. It's not really a flip. You're only getting like, I mean, in this case where we did it with 51, you're only getting like 48 stubs back, or less than 50 stubs. But you always want to do the sell now, 100%. And people right here, they're already messing it up. But let me use a better example. Maybe equipment. Like right here, equipment items. This is a really nice flip, but you got to get lucky with this. If I were to buy this right here for 48,000, which I don't think I would because it's just a lot of stubs. But if I buy this for 48,001 and then I go ahead and sell it for 74,994, that's 67K. So right there, that's a 19K profit for you. You know, I'm not saying to do this. I'm not saying to do this equipment because this is kind of a risk. You know, whenever you're working the market, you're risking your stubs because you might not sell it as fast as possible. But the goal is to find something that you can get and flip, you know, instantly, or not instantly, but you know, you can get and flip and just make stubs. I think equipment items are gonna do well, you know, because people are trying to level up their ball player. So equipment items will do well. I think like right here, 45K to 69K, that looks like it could be around a 20K profit. You know, sell it for 6698 and you get 62K. That's around 17K profit if you can do that. So these are just things to look at if you're trying to flip the market. If you want to get a little bit like lower in value, maybe something like unlockables like these jerseys. You know, these jerseys don't look like bad options. Some of the stadium calls don't look like bad options. You got the perks, which help your ball player, which could be pretty nice. So it looks like the max price is 10K. So you definitely don't want to spend 10K if you're trying to flip it, because you can't sell it for 10. You can only sell it for 10K, and then they take the 10% away. So if you buy for 10K, you're literally only getting 9K back if you quick sell it. I think you can quick sell it and get, no, yeah, you're only getting 9K back. So you don't want to buy any of these. If you can buy this for 7.2K and then list it for 10K, that's a nice little 2K profit. Maybe stuff a little bit smaller like gold. So it looks like gold's right now, the sell now price is 3,000 and the buy now price is 5K max. So if I buy this right here, the fielding one for 2,902, I would finalize that, and then I would go ahead, and I think the max price you can sell it is 5,000. So that's around 1,500 profit, because, you know, 4,500 minus 3K we'll say. So it's not bad. It's not a bad flip, but you know, like I said, it is tedious to work the market. I find it kind of boring, but you know, there's definitely market tips out there that can really help you out, and you can make a lot of stubs very quickly if you just do this in bulk. You know, we're just looking at one example at a time. I'm sure, you know, if we have 150K, we can buy, you know, 100 different things and try to double up, but it's obviously going to take some time. The other thing, just going back to the players, you know, investing in players is not a bad thing. So what I mean by that is I don't know what it is this year. Normally every week or two, there is a roster update where players can get upgraded. So just looking at, we'll say Buxton for an example. Even though Buxton's price is a little bit high, Buxton, you know, he's off to a good start. There's a chance he can get upgraded and become a diamond. So if he gets upgraded to a diamond, his price probably jumps up. But this is not really the best example because diamonds quick sell at 5,000. So let me use another player that makes it a little bit more appealing as a flip. Maybe someone like Ketel Marte. So Ketel Marte is 3,000 stubs right now. The quick sell value for a diamond is 5,000. So that's instantly a 2K profit if he ever hits diamond. Say I were to buy 10 Ketel Marte cards at 3,000, 10 times 3,000 is 30,000, and then he gets upgraded to a diamond. That is now 50,000, so you net 20K profit. Those are just investments, you know, and gold cards could be a little bit riskier. If you find some hidden gem that's like doing really good, you know, throughout the season, maybe someone like Luke Voigt, you know, he's obviously injured right now, but he was a diamond last year. So if you can buy 10 of him at 1,000 and he gets upgraded to a diamond later in the year, that's now 5,000. You get 4K profit. You're going to make 40K. So a lot of these can be long-term investments, but you got to base it off what the player's doing in real life. And you don't got to do it with gold cards. You know, you can do it with silver. Right now, a player like Ohtani, he's pretty expensive, but he's definitely a player that's going to get upgraded to gold. Maybe even later in the year, a diamond. You find a nice little hidden gem right here. Like taking a look at, I think Vasquez. I think Vasquez got off to a good start. He's 425 stubs. You know, I buy 10 of him at, we'll just say 500 to make it even. 10 of him at 500 is 5,000 stubs. The quick sell value for a gold is 1,000. And, you know, if he gets upgraded, we got 10 of him at 1,000 now. That's 10K. You make 5K profit. So we're using a very minimal number, but, you know, you can buy 100 or 1,000 of one player, which is kind of extreme. You gotta really believe that player is gonna get upgraded. But if you believe it and think they're gonna get upgraded, you can easily make, you know, 500K, a million stubs on one investment. But obviously they have to get upgraded in order for that to happen. I know this is a long video. We're pretty much going every way to make stubs. The last thing is selling your duplicates. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning because I don't know how many people are gonna watch all of this. But going into your inventory, one of the main things I do every night is I go ahead, I look and see if I have any duplicate players. I don't think I have any because I cleared them, but just going ahead, looking at your inventory and selling whatever player you have multiple versions of, because I don't really feel like you need more than one player, right? Unless you're investing in that player, of course. But say I had a player where I had 2 of them, I don't think there's any that I do because we wiped it out last night. I don't have any duplicates because I already put them on the market last night. But every duplicate, you know, you want to go in and sell them pretty much. So if I just view my market, I'm gonna check my completed orders. These are all the duplicate cards that I've had so far, and we've just sold them. So my market is pretty much everything that I've sold so far, and they're all just duplicates and the gold prospect cards that I mentioned earlier. So that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. I think we pretty much went over all the content and ways you can make stubs. If you have any other questions, let me know down below in the comments. But there's so many ways to make stubs in this game. If you take the right approach, a lot of it is just about timing and, you know, how fast maybe you can get a reward. But if you can do that, there's so many ways to make stubs. You know, you got ranked seasons, you got events, battle royale. Those are the online modes where you can get a lot of stubs. Even stuff like Conquest, Team Affinity, there's plenty of free diamonds you can end up getting. And then if you don't necessarily want to play the game, you can just flip the market and do a lot of stuff right there. I know I only gave like small tidbits about the market, but that's just because like it's not something I personally focus in. So if you want more information on that, I'm sure there's other content creators that go more in depth, but I feel like I gave the basic details on the market and what you should look forward to. But that's going to do it for this one. You know, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, drop a like at the video. And if you guys want to see like how we approach things throughout the year, make sure to check out our No Money Spent series because we kind of go over everything that we end up doing. So until the next one, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.